Think of a poem as a house for an idea. The form, its structure, is the architecture of that house. The poet is the architect, deciding where each line breaks to create a pause, grouping lines into stanzas, which are like the rooms. Some poets choose a strict ancient mansion, the sonnet. It's a 14-room house with exact rules about rhythm and rhyme. Crucially, near the end, a sonnet has a volta, a sudden turn or twist. Imagine a poem describing a terrible storm for 12 lines. Then the 13th line says, "But then I saw the sun bloom through the gray." That structural shift from despair to hope, that's the volta. The architecture mirrors the emotion. Then there's the opposite, the open plan, modern space of free verse. No fixed rules, no consistent rhyme. But don't mistake freedom for ease. With no blueprint to follow, the poet must create their own internal logic. Every single word placement, every line break has to earn its place. And the choices are fast. A poet might use the minimalist haiku, just 3 lines and a strict 5-7-5 syllable count to capture a single fleeting moment in nature. Or they might choose the ballad, a storytelling form with a strong, repetitive rhythm, which you can think of as the ancestor of modern pop songs. So the form is the first and most important decision. Does the idea need the discipline of a sonnet to contain a powerful emotion, or the freedom of free verse to explore a wandering thought? Next time you read a poem, don't just look at the words. Look at the walls. Look at the rooms. Understand why the poet chose to build it that way.